Hello. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, so last time we have finished unit number 4. We are moving towards unit number 5. So, first 4 units actually gave an introduction, or I could say that gave an idea about how this machine learning algorithms works out to be. We have seen how what is machine learning. We have seen the introduction of the machine learning. We have seen the characteristics of the machine learning. Then we have also seen what is regression and classification, and now we have seen neural networks. So all these algorithms are related with the machine learning, and they are quite a famous and very popular kind of algorithms that are implemented. Now, once we understand the different algorithms in machine learning, we also need to develop a model. So these models should be developed in such a way that they should learn by themselves, and then they should be able to predict their decisions as far as the new test data is concerned, or new data is concerned, or the unseen data is concerned. So you have to train the models. Now this unit actually helps you to develop the mathematical models, or I could say that learning models, so that if a particular set of data is given to these learning models, they will learn from this, they'll understand from this, and then they can be able to take decisions on new unseen data. That is what we are going to see in this unit number 5, which is called as the machine learning models. We are going to see different types of models, and what these models can do in this unit. So one by one we will start. The first one is the linear model. Now what these linear models means? The linear models are relatively simple if in case of function is represented by the linear combination of its unit. So obviously the unit which with the input which we are going to consider, they are built up within linear combinations. You can take an example that if x1 and x2 are the scalar, or two scalars or the vectors having the same dimensions, then in this case a and b are called as the arbitrary scalars, and the linear combination of x1 and x2 will become as ax1 plus bx2. Right, this example means actually when you are having two inputs which are scalar or vector, that is x1 and x2, having an arbitrary constants like arbitrary constant scalars like a and b, then we have a linear combination of x1 and x2, which is nothing but ax1 plus bx2. So the first line, what the meaning of the first line is given in the second line. So that means the function is represented by the linear combination of its input. So what is actually linear combination of its input? It is nothing but ax1 plus bx2. In the simplest case, where f of x represents a straight line, we have an equation called as f of x equal to mx plus c. So we know that there is a slope equation y is equal to mx plus c, which is an equation for the straight line. So similarly, we can say that here f of x represents a straight line. So you can write down the same equation which you have written for the slope of a slope for the straight line. So that is nothing but fx is equal to mx plus c. C represents the intercept, where M represents the slope. M represents the slope and C represents the intercept. This is very important because when we calculate the slope of the straight line, same we are going to do the combination in this equation also. The linear models are parametric, which means they have a fixed form with a small number of numeric parameters that need to be learned from the data. So obviously they are parametric, means they are having the small number of numeric parameters, and that is they have to learn from the data. So what is going to happen? Most of the things have been going to be fixed. Few of the things which they have to learn is about the numerical parameters. So when you want to do when you want to learn a model, at that time you need to be specific about what to be learned. So few of the things are been fixed. Only we have to go for few numeric parameters that the machine learning model has to learn. We have taken an example of fx is equal to mx plus c, where m and c are the parameters we are trying to learn from the data, right? So the next question arises that what are the fixed parameters and what are the parameters we want to learn. So we want to learn some of the numeric parameters from the data. So but in this case, if you are having a slope of an equation, then what to be learned from here? We have to learn the data like m and c. So once you understand m and c, it is easier to calculate the f of x. This technique is different from tree or rule models, where the structure of the model is not fixed and advanced, which features to use in the tree and where. Now, what does it mean is that there are different types of models. So we have been comparing these linear models with tree or rule model, which we are going to see in the next few lectures. So this is the linear model. So beyond that, we have been seeing there are different learning models like tree rule models. So this technique is different from those models as it is not fixed in advance. So nothing is fixed in advance. Whereas the other models, we have some of the things which are fixed. Here, there are few parameters are fixed, which we don't have to concentrate. Most of the concentration is on the small number of numeric parameters, which the model has to learn from the data. These linear models are stable, that small variations in training data have only a limited impact on the learned model. So obviously the stability is the most important thing. So when we say that my model is stable, when we say that my model is stable, that means what? Even there is small variations that will not have a much more impact on the learned model. So we have to take care that your linear models are very much stable, and a small variations, if does starting effect to affect your model, then we cannot say it to be a linear model. The effect has to be limited and the impact has to be limited on the linear model, learned model. In contrast, tree models tend to be having more with training data as the choice. Just a moment. So the most important thing is that there should not be effect on the stability of the linear models, which is very important. In contrast, the tree models tend to vary more with the training data, as the choice of different split at the root of the tree typically means from the rest of the tree is different as well. What does it mean? That from this line we want to say that the linear models are much more stable than the tree models, because if there is some kind of variations in the training data, then there is a whole effect on the whole tree model, but that thing doesn't affect in linear model. So linear models are much more stable. As the result of having relative few parameters, linear models have low variance and high bias. So it has a low variance and high bias. This implies that linear models are less likely to overfit the training data than some other models. So overfitting issue bilkul nahi hai. Matlab what the result of the training data is much more different than the test data, or the results of the accuracy of the training data is much more than the test data. That kind of issue is not there as far as the linear model is concerned. However, they are more likely to underfit. But yes, there is one issue called as underfit. So we know that what underfit means, that the performance for the test as well as training data are poor. That is what the underfit means. Whereas the performance of the training data is much more or greater than the testing data, then we say to be as an overfit. But in this case, the overfit issue is not the issue. Here, the most important issue is the underfit. Because if you want to learn the boundaries between the countries based on the label data, the linear models are not likely to give a good approximation. So अगर एग्जाम्पल लिया जाएगी कि अंडरफिट इशू का कैसे हो सकता है, एग्जाम्पल है कि अगर हम बाउंड्रीज बिटवीन द कंट्रीज बेस्ड लेबल डेटा कर रहे हैं, तो linear models are not likely to have a good approximation. So as far as the underfitting is concerned, at that time linear models are not good as it is, as it has to be. So the overfitting issue is not been there with the linear model, but underfitting issue is there with the linear model. Now there are different methods under this linear models. So we are going to see different methods. The first one is a least square method. The least squares method is a form of mathematical regression analysis used to determine the line of a best fit for a set of data, providing a visual demonstration of the relationship between the data points. So what is this least square method? It is nothing but it is used to determine the line of the best fit for the set of data. So the line of best fit of that set of the data, जो आपके पास data है, वो आपका perfectly line के साथ बेस्ट फिट कर रहा है या नहीं, ये दिखाने के लिए है. इससे आपको और क्या फायदा होगा कि इट विल बी हेल्पफुल इन विजुअल डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन ऑफ द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द डेटा पॉइंट्स. सो आपके पास जितने भी सारे डेटा है उनके बीच में एक रिलेशनशिप आपको फाइंड आउट करने के लिए मदद मिलेगी. So that is nothing but it is a form of a mathematical regression analysis. So what we see in regression, we know that in linear regression, what happens, there is a line, a linear line, and uh, uh, near to that line you find number of points. So what does it mean, that how close these points are to that line? So that is nothing but that is the best fit. यानी वो लाइन के आसपास पूरे पॉइंट्स आपके होने चाहिए डेटा के. अगर वो लाइन के आसपास रहेगा तो हम ऐसा बोल सकते हैं कि दैट इज द लाइन ऑफ द बेस्ट फिट. And what does it also helps? It helps to find out, to give a relationship between the data points. That is what the least square method says. Each point of the data represents a relationship between known dependent variables and unknown dependent variables. So known independent variables जो है, जो पता है आपको लेकिन वो independent है, और जो नहीं पता है मगर वो डिपेंडेंट है, इन सब के बीच में रिलेशनशिप निकालने का आपको आसानी हो जाएगी in this least square method. The least square method provides the overall rationale for the placement of a line of best fit among the data points being studied. So same thing like the placement of the points that is near the line will help you to find out the line of the best fit. The most common application of this method, which is sometimes referred to as a linear or ordinary, aims to create a straight line that minimizes the sum of the square of errors that are generated by the results of the associated equations. Now, what this means is that if I'm going to say that where this method is going to be applicable, then it is applicable where you have a straight line and that minimizes the sum of the square of errors. है ना, एक स्ट्रेट लाइन है और आप अगर सम ऑफ द स्क्वायर ऑफ एरर्स जो है मिनिमाइज कर रहे हैं across that straight line, then we can say that you can apply here by the results of the associated equation, such as squared residuals resulting from differences in observed value and the value anticipated based on the model. So that is where the linear models can be useful. This method of regression analysis begins with set of data points to be plotted on X and Y axis. So obviously it is a type of a regression analysis. So we are going to have a set of data points which will be plotted in X and Y axis graph. An analyst using least square methods will generate a line of best fit that explains the potential relationship between independent and dependent variables. Same thing what I have explained, that you're going to get a relation, you're going to get the data that is across that line, which is going to give you the relationship between independent and dependent variables. So whole thing is about the analysis, whole thing is about the regression analysis of the data, and we have to see that how the data is best fit to the line. In regression analysis, dependent variables are illustrated on the vertical y-axis, while independent variables are illustrated on the horizontal x-axis. So when we do an analysis in order to find out the relationships between independent and dependent variables, we are going to plot the dependent variables on y-axis, whereas independent variables on x-axis. These designations will form the equation for a line of best fit, which is determined from the least square method. So obviously you're going to find out the least square method, and then you're going to find out an equation of the line that best fits there. In contrast to the linear problems, uh, a non-linear least square problem has no closed solution and it is generally solved by iteration. So now the second question comes into the mind, that what about non-linear things? When we say that in linear models, we have these equations or we have these kind of formation, but in case of a non-linear least square problems, then we don't have a closed solution which can be solved only by iteration. So for the linear models, we can have this solution for the linear problems. But in case for the non-linear contrast solutions, at that time we need to solve it by iterations. That is what the method is about. So जैसे आप linear models के लिए सोचते हैं, तो आपको ये method से जाना चाहिए, least square method से. But for the non-linear problem, then we have to solve it by the iteration. An example of the least square methods is an analyst who wishes to test the relationship between companies' stock return and return of the index for which the stock is a component. Now that is the best example that how this linear model method called as least square method could be used by the analysts. So the analyst can use this least square method to find out relationship between companies' stock return. That means you're booking some stock and what kind of stock you're going to get in return. So there is an index called as return of the index in which stock is a component. So you're going to get a return of the index in which your stock is going to be the component. This is the example of a least square method. Mostly the analysts prefer to apply. In this example, the analyst seeks to test the dependency of the stock return on index return. So obviously there are two types of return. One is a stock return and the index return. So the analyst can help, are able to actually get a view, or in order to test the dependency of the stock return on index term. So stock और index return का कुछ dependency है या नहीं है, ये निकालने के लिए फायदा होता है एनालिस्ट को. एक्चुअली हम ये सब जो कर रहे हैं कि जो रिलेशनशिप मिल रहा है हमको, व्हाट द रिलेशन वी आर गोइंग टू फाइंडिंग आउट बिटवीन द स्टॉक रिटर्न एंड द इंडेक्स रिटर्न. सो इससे हमको ये पता चलता है कि वेदर देयर इज डिपेंडेंसी और इंडिपेंडेंस. So the analyst is able to test whether the dependency of the stock returns is there on the index return. To achieve this, all of the returns are plotted on the chart. For visualization purpose, you can plot all these returns and then you will get an idea whether both are dependent or independent on each other. So that will be very much helpful for the stock analysis. To achieve this, all the returns are plotted on the chart. The index returns are then designated as independent variable and the stock returns are dependent variables. So you can go with the plotting, and when you go with the plotting at that time you can easily identify that which is dependent and the which is independent variables. So once you come to know from the plot of the chart, then we can plot that index return is an independent variable, whereas the stock return is a dependent variable. So you can find out the relationship between index and stock returns. The line of the best fit provides the analyst with coefficients explaining the level of dependency. So actually we are going for the regression analysis, so we are going to get a line of the best fit. So that will be helpful in explaining the level of the dependency, कि कितना dependent है, कितना independent है. So that is what the least square method is about. Now in this least square method, we have two types of equations. So the first one is the line of the best fit equation, and the second one is the least square regression line. So we are going to see one by one what these equation lines are. The first one is a line of a best fit equation. We have seen f of x is equal to y plus mx, y plus mx plus c. That is nothing but the line of the best fit equation. So it is the line of the best fit determined from the least square method has an equation that tells the story of relationship between the data points. So वो जो line of best fit equation है ये आपको एक particular data points के बीच में relationship निकालने के लिए मदद करेगा. The line of the best fit equations may be determined by the computer software models. So how you're going to find out this line of best fit equation? Obviously through different software models, which include summary of the outputs for the analysis, where the coefficients and summary outputs explain the dependency of variables being tested. So आप इसको test कर सकते हैं कि who is dependent, who is independent. Ultimately, you're going to find out the relationship between the data points that will be helpful for the analysis. And you will also come to know that line of the best fit equation. So this is what you can do with the help of line of the best fit equation. The second one is the least square regression line. So if the data shows a linear relationship between two variables, the line that best fits this linear relationship is called as least square regression line, which minimizes the vertical distance from data points to the regression line. अगर हम डेटा को स्टडी करेंगे अच्छी तरह से और एनालिसिस करेंगे, so we can come to know that the data has shown a linear relationship between the two variables. The line that best fits this linear relationship is called as the least square regression line. So वो जो two variables के बीच में जो linear relationship हम निकालने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे हैं, तो उससे जो लाइन आपको मिलेगी बेस्ट फिट के लिए, वो लीनियर रिलेशनशिप इज नथिंग बट योर लीस्ट स्क्वायर रिग्रेशन लाइन. And it also minimizes the vertical distance from the data points to the regression lines. So you can say that it minimizes the vertical distance from the data points to the regression line. So data points to regression line के बीच का जो distance है वो minimize करता है. Actually आपको इसका clear ऐसा मैं बोलता हूँ कि suppose there is a linear line, उसके आसपास का जो पॉइंट्स है ये आप ड्रॉ कर रहे हो, ये जो पॉइंट है लेस बेस्ट फिट कर रही है, क्योंकि सबसे ज्यादा जो पॉइंट्स है उस लाइन के आसपास ही है, बराबर. सो जितनी हम कोशिश करेंगे कि ये डेटा जितने लाइन के नजदीक रहेगा उतना हम बोल सकेंगे कि वो बेस्ट है. सो लीस्ट स्क्वायर रिग्रेशन लाइन क्या करता है, वो मिनिमाइज करता है वर्टिकल डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द डेटा पॉइंट्स टू द रिग्रेशन लाइन. जो लाइन है उसको हम रिग्रेशन लाइन बोलेंगे, और जो डेटा पॉइंट्स है वो जो उनके बीच का जो डिस्टेंस है वो मिनिमाइज करने के लिए लीस्ट स्क्वायर रिग्रेशन लाइन फायदा होता है. So the term least square is used because it is the smallest sum of square of errors, which is also called as the variance. So the least square is used because it is the smallest sum of square of errors. So least square इसलिए यूज किया गया है क्योंकि वो smallest sum of the square of errors है, क्योंकि हमको square of errors small ही चाहिए. That is called as the variance. मतलब क्या कि जब हम smallest sum of square of errors निकालते हैं तो actually हम उसका variance calculate करते हैं. Variance of what? The data which is near to that regression line. वो जितनी नजदीक रहेगी उतना आपका वैल्यू, उतना आपका इक्वेशन बेस्ट फिट होगा. जितनी वो दूर रहेगी वो इक्वेशन बेस्ट फिट के लिए नहीं जाएगा. दिस इज व्हाट द line of the best fit equation and least square regression line is about. So now we are going to see the another method called as multivariate regression method. So in this, which we are going to see first the regression analysis. So multivariate regression method means it is having a multiple variations. It's like a single variation you are finding out between the data, and you are going to find out the multiple variables regression methods. That means actually बोलने का मतलब ये है कि एक मल्टीवेरिएट को हम अगर सिंपल लाइन में डिफाइन करेंगे तो कई वेरिएंस आप डिफाइन कर पा रहे हो विथ रिग्रेशन मेथड. एक सिंगल वेरिएशंस की बात अलग होती है और एक मल्टी वेरिएशंस की बात अलग होती है। सो सिंगल वेरिएशंस रिग्रेशन मेथड हमने अभी देखा लीस्ट स्क्वायर मेथड से, मगर अगर मल्टीवेरिएट रिग्रेशन आ गया तो फिर उसको हम कैसे टैकल करेंगे वो हम देखेंगे। So first we'll go with the regression analysis. It is one of the most sought out methods used in data analysis, and it followed as a supervised machine learning algorithm. So we have already seen that what regression means. Regression is always a supervised machine learning algorithm. Um, Regression analysis is an important statistical method that allows you to examine the relationship between two or more variables in the data set. So regression analysis का सबसे ज्यादा फायदा क्या होता है, क्योंकि एक वो ऐसी statistical method है जो कि examine करती है relationship between two or more variables in data sets. एक से ज्यादा variables के बीच में relationship find out करने के लिए मदद करता है. Regression analysis is a way of a mathematical differentiating variables that have an impact. So obviously, though there are some of the variables which are differentiating from the other variables. Why? Because they are having that impact. So we need to also find out those variables, differentiating variables. So that regression analysis can be found, regression analysis can be useful to find out those mathematical differentiating variables. Simple linear regression is a regression model that estimates the relationship between dependent variables and independent variables using a straight line. So if you go with a linear regression, so obviously it is one of the regression model that helps you to find out the relationship between dependent and independent variables using that straight line that is called as fx equal to f of x is equal to mx plus c. On the other hand, multiple linear regression estimates the relationship between multiple linear regulations relationship between two or more independent variables. So यहाँ पर आपको फर्क समझ में आ रहा होगा. देखो सिंपल लीनियर रिग्रेशन जो है वो रिलेशनशिप निकालता है डिपेंडेंट और इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स के बीच में, मगर हम मल्टीपल लीनियर रेगुलेशन के लिए जाएंगे तो वो रिलेशनशिप निकालता है टू और मोर इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स एंड वन डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स के बीच में. सो ये this is the best way to understand if you are going to go with the multivariate regression. जैसे मैंने बताया ना, मल्टीपल वेरिएशंस, सिंगल वेरिएशंस और मल्टीपल वेरिएशंस. सो सिंपल लीनियर रिग्रेशन कैसा है? It is that model which actually helps you to estimate the relationship between dependent and independent variables, obviously using the straight line that best fits. On the other hand, we have a multiple linear regression. So that actually helps you to estimate the relationship between dependent and independent variables. But what? Two or more. है ना, वो ज्यादा डिपेंडेंट और इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल के बीच में निकालता है, लेकिन दिस इज गिव्स यू आइडिया अबाउट टू और मोर इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स एंड वन डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल. सो इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स दो या ज्यादा होंगे, मगर एक डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स के बीच में रिलेशनशिप निकाल सकता है. The difference between these models is number of independent variables. So obviously when we find out the difference between the simple linear regressions and the multiple linear regressions, then we can find out the difference as the number of independent variables. As known, regression analysis is mainly used in understanding the relationship between dependent and independent variable. In real world, there are ample hello. In the real world, there are ample number of situations where many independent variables gets influenced by the other variables. So हम real world में तो देखेंगे तो ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता कि आपको दो ही वेरिएबल्स मिले, एक डिपेंडेंट और इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स. तो ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. रियल वर्ल्ड में आपको एम्पल ऑफ सिचुएशंस मिलेंगे जहां पर इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स आर गेटिंग इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय अदर वेरिएबल्स, दैट वी हैव टू लुक फॉर अदर ऑप्शंस रादर देन सिंगल रिग्रेशन मॉडल दैट कैन ओनली वर्क विद वन इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल. सो आपको एक इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स पे काम करना है तो सिंपल रिग्रेशन मेथड से आप जा सकते हैं, मगर ऐसा तो हर बार हो नहीं सकता. आपको एक से ज्यादा इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स मिल गए तो आप उस वक्त क्या करेंगे? सो विद दिस सेटबैक्स इन हैंड, we would want a better model that will fill up the disadvantages of simple and multiple linear regressions, and that model is a multivariate regressions. So that is where the all drawbacks of what we have seen in simple as well as multiple regression models that can be easily resolved with the help of multiple linear regression. That is the model of multivariate regression. So I do feel so multivariate we'll see in the next lecture. Once again, we'll just little bit revise what we have seen. So we have seen this is the linear model. So it is a linear combination of the input. So we can say that ax plus bx2, ax1 plus bx2, which is a linear combinations of x1 and x2. We get a straight line with the help of equation called as f of x is equal to mx plus c, where m represents the slope, c represents the intercept, and where m and c are the parameters we are trying to learn from the data. That is what the things. The most important is that it is less likely to be overfit the training data, but it can go for most likely to have an underfit issue. Linear models are very much stable. That is, small variations in training data have only limited impact on the learned model. As the result of having relative few parameters, linear models have low variance and high bias. Then we have seen the least square method, which is a form of a mathematical regression analysis that determines a line of the best fit for set of data, providing a visual demonstration of the linear of the relationship between the data points. It provides an overall rationale for the placement of line to best fit among the data points. Each point of the data represents a relationship between known independent and unknown dependent variables. So for the plotting purpose, we are going to have the set of data points which is plotted on y and x axis. In regression analysis, dependent variables are illustrated on vertical y-axis and independent variables on the x-axis. So best example is that it is also used to find out the linear relationship between the company's stock return and the index return. So we can come to know that the analyst seeks to test the dependence of the stock return of the index terms. So we can come to know that the independent variables and the stock return are dependent variables. Then we have seen two types of equations. One is a line of the best fit equation and least square regression line. And then we went for the regression analysis, which is used by the data analysis to provide a sort of method for the data analysis and follows as a supervised machine learning algorithm. We have seen that there are two types of regression analysis. One is a simple linear regression analysis that gives a relationship between dependent variables and independent variables using straight line, whereas there is another one is called as the multiple linear regressions, which gives a relationship between two or more independent variables and one dependent variables. So all these issues have to be sought out. For that thing, we are having and one more model that is called as the multivariate regression model. So this thing we have seen. So in the next lecture, we will see the multivariate regression method. Students, have you understood? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll go with the attendance. Roll number with division A. Roll number 1,
Present, sir.
2,
Present, sir.
3,
Present, sir.
4,
Present, sir.
5,
Present, sir.
6, 7,
Present, sir.
8,
Present.
9, 10, 11, 12,
Present, sir.
13, 14,
Present, sir. 14 present, sir.
14, 15,
Present, sir.
16,
Present, sir.
17, 18, 19, 20,
Sir, 17.
17 is there. Okay.
18, sir.
18 is also there. 19 is there. 20,
Present, sir.
21, 22.
19 present, sir.
Okay. 22,
Present,
23. Okay.
Present, sir. 23.
Okay. 24,
Present, sir.
25,
Present, sir.
26,
Yes, sir.
27, 28,
Present, sir.
29,
Present, sir.
30,
Yes, sir.
27 present.
27 is present. Okay. 31,
Yes, sir.
32, 33,
Present, sir.
34, 35.
Present, sir.
Okay. 36,
Present.
37, 38,
Present, sir.
39, 40,
Present.
39 is there. 40, 41,
Present,
42,
sir.
41 is
41.
there. Okay. 42,
40, sir. Present.
40 is also present. 42, 43, 44, 45,
Present, sir.
46, 47,
Yes, sir.
48,
Yes, sir.
49,
Yes, sir.
Sir,
50,
46 present.
46 is present. Okay. 49,
Yes, sir.
50, 51.
Sir, 43 is present.
Huh?
43.
43 is present. Okay. 49, 50, 51, 52,
Yes, sir.
53,
Yes, sir.
54,
Yes, sir.
55,
Yes, sir.
56, 57, 58, 59, 60,
Yes, sir.
61,
Yes, sir.
62,
Yes, sir.
63,
So present.
64,
Present.
65,
Present.
66,
Yes, sir.
67,
Present.
68, 69,
Present.
70,
Yes, sir.
71, 72.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other number missing out here?
37.
37. Okay. Next. Next. Okay. We'll go with the B. Roll number 1,
Present.
2, 3,
Present, sir.
4,
Yes, sir.
5, 6,
Present.
7, 8, 9,
Present.
10,
Present.
11, 12,
Present.
13,
Present, sir.
14,
Present, sir.
15,
Present.
16,
Present.
17,
Present.
18,
Present.
19,
Present.
20, 21,
Yes, sir.
22,
Present.
23,
Present.
24, 20. Okay. 25,
Present.
26,
Present.
27,
Present.
28,
Present, sir.
29,
Present, sir.
30,
Present.
30, 31, 32,
Present, sir.
33,
Present, sir.
34,
Present, sir.
35, 36,
Present, sir.
37,
Present, sir.
38,
Yes, sir.
39, 40,
Present, sir.
41. Okay, 41 is there. 42,
Present.
43, 44,
Present.
45, 46, 47,
Present, sir.
48. Okay. 48 का 50,
46.
46, 47, 48, 49, 50,
Present.
51, 52, 53, 54. Which number?
52, sir.
52.
52, sir.
Okay, 52. 53, 54,
Yes, sir.
55, 56,
Present.
57,
Yes, sir.
58, 59, 58, 59,
Present, sir.
60, 61,
Present, sir.
62, 63,
Yes, sir.
64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69,
Yes, sir.
68, 69, 70. Okay. Any number missing out here?
60, sir.
Huh?
60.
60. Okay.
Roll number 20, sir.
Roll number 20. Okay. Or is it final? Okay. We'll stop here. Thank you.